Hi, Taurus. So first of all, my technology is being weird. So if the voice and the video start to act up and it's not syncing, I'm working on it, trying to figure out what it is. I've gotten a lot of advice already, so thank you for all the advice. But it is what it is right now, and sorry if it's annoying. Can't do anything about it. I'm still going to give you guys the message that you're supposed to have. So let's start doing the cards. There are some planetary things that are going on. We have the Aries full moon in your 12th house, especially if you're a Taurus rising. Aries full moon today and tomorrow. That's a mixed bag of energy. Some people are really, really going to be able to pull off of the Aries full moon and get things done. And some people are going to feel a little restricted because of the other planetary things. And this is what I mean. So we have the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Also in October, Venus is in your opposite sign of Scorpio, and it's also in retrograde. Venus is your ruling planet. And Venus is not particularly comfortable in Scorpio because it's a little bit too intense for her. So I feel like some of you will want to have a lot of alone time in October, which is great. That's fine. Have your alone time. I feel like some of you are giving your energy away still. It's almost like you're giving your power away to people that don't deserve it. And I want to, or like you're holding on too tightly to a situation, a job, whatever it is, but it's affecting your money. And it's time for you to kind of make a decision. It's affecting your stability. So the Four of Pentacles, I'm not even going to say that it's stubborn. Yes, it's holding on to things. Yes, you guys are called stubborn a lot, but I'm not going to throw that bag at you guys in October because I don't feel like this is stubborn. I feel like it's loyalty. I feel like it's caution. But I want to say that the Four of Pentacles energy is not always the best, because you want to be able to allow the universe to have space to work in your life. And I think that you're recognizing that and you're making the active choice for you, because we have the Hierophant here after the Six of Pentacles, and then we have the Two of Pentacles. So balancing out where you're going to place your energy, where you're going to place your resources, all of your resources, not just the physical resources, but everything that you have within yourself. Where are you putting that? And if you're noticing that you're holding on to particular situations or outcomes, you know, if you're holding on to outcomes or the way you think things are supposed to go, I think that that is something, wow, okay. I think that that's something that you're moving away from or needing to move away from in October. Lots of cards just came out. Is this going to be a long reading, Taurus? I don't mind. I'm not complaining. I love spending time with you guys. Oh, I wanted to shout out to my nail girl. She's a Taurus. She's not new to my life, but we just like had this conversation and she told me she was a Taurus the other day. So she's amazing. Hello, Celeste, my new Taurus friend. Not really new, but excuse me. It's so funny. The last couple of months doing your readings, I can tell that, I mean, like Taurus rules the throat, but I can tell you guys are starting to open up, like start talking and finding your voice, really. Because every time I do a reading for you, I feel like I'm always clearing my throat, making room for it. So I feel like in the past, you're making a decision to move away from this Three of Swords. And this Three of Swords could have happened in several different ways for you. Somebody could have been this Three of Swords for you. And when we get the Three of Swords, people think that it's like heartache, like actually being in pain. Yes, it is heartbreak, but it's mental. Swords are thoughts. Because we can heal the pain, but the memories stay and the thought processes stay. And that's what keeps us stuck. That's what keeps us holding on so much. And we can actually control our thoughts. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're starting to recognize where that balance is needed. We have 2 6s here now. You're starting to recognize where that balance is needed in your life, and not necessarily giving your energy to the heartbreak of the situation or the heartbreak of life or the heartbreak of like whatever you've been going through. It doesn't have to be in a relationship. This could be in anything. This could just be like something that really bummed you out and you're moving past it. For some reason, there's still this reservation that you guys have. And the one thing, as much as I love you guys and as much as I can connect with your energy, the one thing that always gets me about you guys is even when you're in a situation or a particular area of your life that's not good for you, God, you're so loyal. And you will sit in it and sit in it and you will do it to your own detriment so other people are comfortable, so other people are taken care of. And I guess the reason why I'm so mutable, that I've got more boundaries than I probably should have, but like I will cut people out of my life, even if it's temporary, just so I can recalibrate, just so I can get back to myself. So that's like the biggest thing that I like. It's such a good thing that you guys are loyal, but sometimes you're loyal to a fault. And I feel like you're recognizing that you've been so loyal to a fault that you have sacrificed so much of yourself. And yeah, the sting of the guilt is still kind of there with the 7 of Swords. And part of it is like, now I need to figure out, I've gotten back in touch with myself. I've gotten back in touch with my center. I've spent my alone time, and now I'm seeing where I'm giving my energy to, and I'm seeing where I've been hurt in the past, and I'm seeing where I need to make decisions for myself. But because things are still so confusing, I don't feel a lot of movement. I feel like mentally, which is always a good place to start, I feel like mentally you guys are moving in a direction that's going to be much more comfortable for you and much more open and apparent for you. But there's still something that's holding you back from releasing some negative energies in your life. And again, I'm not going to use the word stubborn. I'm not going to use the word stuck. I'm not going to use the word, like, I'm not going to say that you guys aren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're living your life in the best possible way. And, there's a reason. You guys always have a reason for everything that you do. It's not just willing, like, you guys just don't do things just to do things. You know what I mean? There's always a reason. There's a method to the madness, right? 4 of Pentacles. But I do think that you are aware, and you're noticing it, and you're admitting to yourself. And that's kind of like the first step, is admittance. That things have to change, that things have to be different, that you can no longer stay the same, and your situation can no longer stay the same. And it doesn't matter what situation it is. It could just, could have to do with a job. Just because the 3 of Swords is there, again, swords, that's a mental process. We heal the heart chakra. We heal the heart and through the feelings, right? And then now you just have to get out of your mental space and stop ruminating all over everything. So let's see, what's the 4 of Pentacles for you guys? What is it that you're holding on to? If you are dealing with an earth sign, I actually am getting the message that some of you are kind of trying to get back to that innocent stage. Like, you're holding on to the childhood, you know, or like going back to your childhood. There's something that you're still holding on to that's making you not feel like the king or the queen, but more of a page. And it really has to do with your childhood. I feel like you're holding on to old wounds, old patterns, old belief systems, whatever that is. There's something that you're still giving energy to that's not serving you anymore, and it has to do with, like, at a time when you were innocent. Like, you didn't have any control over what happened here or how things went about, but there's definitely this movement forward that you need to do now away from, you know, if you let go of the Four of Pentacles, this could also be really wanting to start something new, but because you're in a Four of Pentacles state, this isn't the ace, it's a page. You need to allow the universe to bring an ace in. You need to let go a little bit of some of the things that you're doing in your life in order for the universe to bring in some abundance. And this could also be another earth sign that is not acting right, that's kind of acting more childlike, childish, than you care to deal with. However that resonates with you, I feel like a lot, it could go, again, this could be like two different ways. This could be something that you're holding on to from your childhood, or this could be another person in your life that you're like trying to, I actually want to say like adult, like you're trying to adult with them and it's impossible to adult with them at this point. But here's the thing. You giving back to yourself instead of dealing with other energies and other people and holding on so tightly, that's when we get the gifts, right? So the Ace of Cups with the Six of Pentacles. I feel like this is all about filling up your own cup. I feel like that you guys are recognizing where you've been putting your energy and where it's not serving you, and how it'll be so much easier for you to move forward and move past a lot of things as the month of October goes through. Because you're spending time with yourself and you're filling your cup back up. And you're not dealing with people in your life that keep on like sucking your energy dry. And I think that might be giving you kind of a guilty feeling. Like because when you're not giving back to someone, it feels like you're not doing anything. Or it feels like you're not being productive is how it's a very you know, you always want to be giving back to other people. That's just the kind of people that's the Taurus way. You want to be giving back to other people. And I think that the progress that you're making just by being by yourself or taking that alone time is big. I think that's going to keep a lot of the negative energy away. So the Hierophant, and I think Venus retrograde in Scorpio is a good time to kind of stay by yourself. Like, yeah. Yeah, you're having a lot of patience. We have Temperance and the Seven of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with a Sagittarius here that you're kind of like waiting for the fruits of your labor to appear. Or you're just being really patient with everything that you've been manifesting. You know that you are making things happen in life. You're starting to see the fruits of all of that. You're recognizing all of the things that you've been working towards. And now you're realizing the Temperance is all about balancing out your heart and your mind and getting centered, getting back to you. And I feel like the things that you've been working towards, that's kind of a mindset where you are. Like it's not even, like you don't even have to try at this point to know that being centered with, you know, being totally centered and knowing that you're manifesting things in a positive direction. Like, you don't even have to try anymore. I feel like in September, there was this, like, Virgo season was, like, forcing you to really look at all of the details so much that it was like, oh, my God, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And it's because you were constantly having to try to manifest stuff. And now you kind of just get to sit back and wait for the things to come into fruition. But I feel like this is more of a, like the Two of Pentacles, yeah, it's all about making decisions. Like where am I going to put my money? Where am I going to put my time, my efforts? But it's also balancing things out. And I think that after going through whatever heartache or pain or hurt that you went through, whether it was an argument, whether things just like, whether this was just something that kind of broke inside of you, the balancing act of everything that you're doing in your life now is starting to even out. It's starting to calm down. The waters aren't going to be so rough You don't have to believe me. For some reason, I feel like some of you are like, oh yeah, right. Prove it. Prove it, lady. Prove it. Oh my God. You guys hate me. Shit. See? The Tower. The Tower. I think this is past energy, though. I think that you're moving past this energy. You know, we talked about how the Tower showed up at this time last year over and over and over again. We talked about that at the end of September. If you're still kind of shook about what happened in September, it's progress. Don't let the, because I do feel like you might still be a little shook. I'm sorry. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm not laughing at your pain because this is painful. But I think that something shocked you and it was eye-opening, and now you get the, and I feel like this it was something that was building. Like it didn't just come out of nowhere. It was something that was building in your life, right? Don't dwell on it, because I feel like your heart has healed, but if you sit back and you keep dwelling on it and you keep looking back at whatever it was that happened, or you keep on reminding yourself, these words were said, these actions were taken, you know, this and this, and that totally everything all came crumbling down. If you keep on ruminating about what has happened instead of pushing forward, filling up your own cup is going to be much harder than we want it to be. And I think that's where kind of this deception is, because now you really want to move. A lot of this whole deception process, again, is internal. Because it's almost like you don't think that you can move past things. You can move forward. Something is holding you back. And it could be all of the pain that happened this summer, you know, but again, it's like now you can manifest things very, the Magician on the Three of Swords. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Utilize, you know how like artists, musicians, poets, they like use their pain and they write it out, or they sing it out, or, you know, whatever. They channel that energy. They channel that pain for something good. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening to you right now. You are taking everything that hurt you, everything that kept you stuck, everything that kept you bound to yourself and to other people, and you're manifesting that shit. You're pulling out the positives of it. But again, don't deceive yourself that just because you don't know what's going to happen in the future, that you have to stay in a state of fear. Because the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups, I know I'm jumping over the Six of Swords and I want to get to the Six of Swords. This is going to be a long reading. I can just tell you guys, like, we're having some tea this morning, spilling the tea. Let's do it. I'm actually drinking coffee, but good morning. It's really early. I've been getting up super early lately, so you guys are first on my list today. I did skip Aries. Don't tell them. I'm going to go back and do their video too, but don't deceive yourself that just because you don't know what's coming in the future, just because it's fuzzy, just because there's so many options there, it's almost like that fight or flight response, you know? The Seven of Swords doesn't have to be bad. It could be moving away from a life of pain and moving into something that's much more comfortable. And I feel like that's what it is. Because we have the Six of Swords here. So clearing your mind, having a lot of clarity, opening yourself up. This is it's almost as if some of you are recognizing the powers that you have now are not just for the, why do I want to use the word weak? And it's not, you know, like you guys are recognizing how powerful you truly are, how big you can make things, how like, like I was doing a personal reading with a Taurus yesterday, and I literally had to say to her, you're the magician. Like you can have a thought and you can bring it into fruition. But sometimes when you have that negative thought, you bring the negative thought into fruition. You can make things tangible. It's a very magician-like energy. You can make just by a thought process. So if you're stuck in that Three of Swords, you're going to manipulate the energy into making something more negative. My best friend, he does the same thing. The more negative thoughts he has, the more negative path he goes, the more negative things show up in life. Whatever's happening internally within you, you're going to manifest into reality. And that's just because that's how you guys are. That's what you do. And with Uranus doing this little dance between you and Aries before it goes direct again, it's confusing. And I think that you guys are going through a lot of changes. But it's time to like wipe the slate clean, really start moving forward. And I think you're recognizing this. It's almost an aha moment. I think you're really recognizing this. And it's nothing that, even if somebody triggered you into following this path of renewal and recognizing that you need to start doing things for your, you know, like not doing things for yourself, but being on your own, filling up your own cup first, not focusing on everybody else's energy or things that they need before your own, really focusing on your path and pushing forward. Because again, not a lot of people in this reading. We have Sagittarius, we have Scorpio, Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, Aries. Could be anybody in your life, or it could be that you're just doing more internal work, which I think is very necessary and needed right now during the month of October for Taurus. And that's okay. Like, I think that you guys feel a little bit guilty for pulling away from people, but you're ready for a clean start. You're ready for something fresh. And I feel like, and that's what I was going to say, I feel like you're going to fight for it. Nine of Wands. As the Nine of Wands comes out, I was going to say, and I feel like you're going to fight for it. I feel like you're going to fight for your freedom. And you're not going to, you're blocking out the negative energies. You're not going to allow all of that stuff to happen. It's almost a very psychic protection type thing. You know, you're clearing out the negative energies and you're protecting your energy with positive stuff. And you're fighting for it. And it's like finally Taurus is fighting for the cause that they need to fight for, which is themselves. Just because you don't know what the future looks like, Seven of Cups, doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad one. It just means that it's unknown. And it's okay to have unknowns in life. It really, really is. I promise. It really is. And this is what gives us the opportunity to make space for the universe to work. If you have a lot of options, let go of a particular outcome. Let go of, you know, and because this is you. When a Taurus has a lot of options, they get to a Nine of Swords state. There's anxiety. If they don't know what the future holds for them, there's anxiety. And I get that. Believe me, I totally get that. I mean, Virgos are in the Nine of Swords all the time. That's like a constant state of mind for a Virgo. So I get it. But you don't have to beat yourself up. Just because you don't know your own future. Even I don't know my own future. I get messages all the time, but sometimes I don't want to believe them. And when you're in a Nine of Swords, you're not listening to your intuition. This is an ego state of mind. This is like, you know, telling yourself you can't. And we don't want to do that anymore. You just don't. So what's on the bottom of the deck? The Five of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles, there you are. Or it's another earth sign. The Emperor. And there's the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups and the Moon, Five of Cups and the Five of Swords and Judgment and the Hermit. So there's that Virgo showing up. I mean, what's a Taurus reading without a Virgo, without the Hermit in it, right? And vice versa. You guys always show up in the Virgo reading. So, and that's the thing though, is like Virgo and Taurus energy is like lit right now. And like I said, I have Taurians around me and I am not complaining because I love your guys' energy. I'm surprised that I don't have, I mean, like the way that I can connect with you guys, I don't have a lot of Taurus in my chart. But I can connect. It's good. It's good. I like it. So the internal, I feel like there's an internal conflict or an external conflict, either with an Aries or something. If it's internal, it's because you're still trying to control stuff, right? This Five of Wands is kind of that internal conflict. And you may be trying to control things in your life still, or trying to keep, no. Not trying to control things, but trying to keep control of things in your life that feel chaotic. There we go. Let's use that. And I feel like the unknown is still putting you in a place of, I don't know what to do, woe is me, I'm disappointed from the past, you know. I think it's time to get really honest with yourself. It's so interesting because, yes, you could have a water sign in your life, particularly a Scorpio. But more than anything, a lot of times when a Taurus, for me, when I do readings for Taurians, personal readings, if you guys are kind of like emotional, I don't want to say unbalanced. I think if you're in an emotional state of mind, you often come out as the King of Cups. And I think it's because the King of Cups is somebody who exudes mature, it's like an emotional maturity. And you guys are trying to stay so stable that you're really controlling your feelings and you're really controlling the way things are going in your life. And I think that's why the King of Cups comes out. But I think it's time to confront those feelings and bring them to the surface with the Moon. Again, this could be Pisces with the Moon. Or just you really being honest with yourself, because now people are starting to show up towards the end of October, middle to the end of October. People are starting to show up and it looks like it's kind of an all-consuming energy of people. And I almost feel like these people in your life, some of them are going to give you back the positive energy that you need, and some of them are coming in to drain you. Five of Cups and Five of Swords. And make you feel disappointed and pull you back into the past and make you think that you're not good enough, or, you know, just like all of the lies that you were telling yourself in September. Because let's be honest, you guys were telling yourself a lot of ego lies. Your ego was getting involved and you were saying things to yourself like, I'm not good enough, I suck, blah, blah, you know. I heard that from more than one Taurus. So if that's not you, if you're not that Taurus that was having that internal battle with yourself, then this is definitely people in the external that are like beating you up from the outside and then making yourself, you know, beat yourself up. It could be, again, I feel like there's some alone time that you need. If this could very well be a Virgo in your life, yes. That is, you know, with Judgment here, it's like, call to action. I feel like there's an aha moment, again, like another aha moment in October for you guys. And it doesn't have to be huge, but I think that you're going through a process of aha moments. And seems like October is pretty big for you. And if it doesn't have to do with a Virgo, then it definitely has to do with the internal talk that you've been giving to yourself. If it does have to do with a Virgo, I feel like there's a lot of disappointment, and I feel like it's on both sides. I don't feel like, and it's like regret. And it's like disappointments and regret in whatever happened or is happening. And this disappointment and regret could also be with an Aries, a Scorpio, a Gemini, another Taurus, an Aquarius. I mean, it could be any sign, really. Whatever's resonating with you. But again, the Hermit could also really be representing that you guys just need to have some alone time. And like get away from all of these people that keep on showing up. And I think that towards the end of October, you're going to kind of want to come back out again and show your face and like be more open. But for now, it's kind of time to just take care of yourself. Right? And it's time to let the past be the past. And don't beat yourself up for things that you can't control moving, you know. The things that have already happened, they've already happened. You can't change it. Don't beat yourself up for that. And let's just move forward. And I feel like you guys are doing that in a really big way in October. So, big energy, moving on up. I really started singing that song in my head, the Jeffersons. And remember that your thoughts can become reality very, very easily right now. So try and stay in that positive mindset. Try and stay in a higher vibration than you have been in. Because I really think that you pulled yourself down for a little bit there. And it's time to get out of that and push yourself forward in October. So. All right, guys, I will stop talking now. Wow, this was the longest reading. I think that you needed it, though. We needed to have some tea time. We need to have some coffee talk. You know how much I love you guys. So I hope your October is really, really amazing. Take really good care of yourselves. If you want a personal reading, all of my information is in the description box below. Fearlessintuition.net is the website. So, yeah, Taurus, I'll see you guys for the second half of October. Bye.